If we have points on our map, there are some best practices about label placement. And this shows an example here where we have a point in the middle, and then if we want to put a label on, the ideal place would probably be above and to the right of that point. However, sometimes that might cause a cluttered map, or there may be some other features in there that we don't want to put a label over. So two other places would be to the right and below, or to the left and above. If those places aren't available, then it's recommended to put a label at area number 3 here. You can put the label directly above, but it doesn't actually help that much as much with the readability of the map. Or you could also put the label right below. But once again, those are not ideal locations. So here's an example here with some kind of properties that might help you think about why you might put a label where you might put a label. For example, Ray Bay City here, it's very stretched out. It covers a long area, even though the city itself is right here. So we can kind of make that 2 lines and put it in the upper left instead of the upper right, and then it's more closely associated with the city. Some of these other labels have moved offshore into the water, especially things associated with the water like a lighthouse or a beach. And then other ones are just labeled in areas where there's no interruption. The labels are easy to distinguish from each other, such as these 2 labels here. And the entire map just kind of looks good and balanced. When we put labels on a map, a lot of times we want to really customize that so the label is exactly where it wants to be. And one option for doing this is to make an annotation layer. So you can take labels such as, let's say, capital cities of the states, and then you can convert the labels, maybe the names of those cities, into an annotation layer. Once you have this in the annotation layer, it's separate from the layer for the cities, and then you're able to do whatever sort of customization you want as far as if you want to move the labels around, if you want to change the text itself, if you want to change the styling of the text. You can do all these things to customize your map and save it as an annotation layer. So in this case here, we have a parcel map, and we want to make sure the annotation is in a very readable place here. So we see where the parcelist puts it, and then we change it into an annotation layer, and then we're able to move it around and change its color or size or any other parameters just for this particular label in any way that we want, and then just save that as another layer in the GIS.